Christian Republican Senator of Arizona, Steve Smith, would like to build a $50 million fence on the Mexican border. He said, and I quote, "Our gravest threat facing America today is the lack of security and enforcement on the Mexican-American border." Well, you're wrong, motherfucker, because the gravest threat facing America today is the fact that we would rather be entertained than educated. This is not coming from the same Steve Smith that pays for the Carolina Panthers, who is a badass. You would like to use cheap inmate labor, you say, to build this fence, Mr. Smith. Assuming you're going to pull that from the Arizona prison system, Mexicans outnumber white people 2-1. So essentially you're going to have a good percentage of Mexicans building a Mexican fence to keep Mexicans out. Let's go back into our Mexico-America history to see if this is really even feasible. As far as I've been alive, and I really didn't do education on this, I'm just kind of going based off what I know. I live in Texas, okay? I live pretty close to Mexico. I don't have any problems with Mexicans. I have more problems with gypsies than I do with Mexicans. Actually, a lot of illegal immigrants from Mexico tend to be coming here because it's a better place for them to be. If you had some empathy and you were born in Mexico, think about it. If there's a country north of you that's far more privileged than the one you live in, and you don't want to wait 13 years and thousands of dollars for citizenship, why wouldn't you just go there? Like, aren't we just people roaming the earth? Like, we don't punish whales for crossing into another ocean or a different sea, but yet we imprison those that cross a border. Isn't it more cost effective to make these illegal immigrants productive members of society and tax their work and allow them to provide services of which the honest person pays for, instead of paying for their imprisonment and incarceration and then having to pay for their trip back? I think it makes more sense to just love and embrace our illegal aliens, as we are illegal aliens ourselves, not only to this planet, but to this country, because we aren't the original inhabitants of this country. The Indians were, and we forcefully take it from them, and then you rich white cocksuckers feel like this is your fucking country. Tell you what, motherfucker, you're gonna die one day, and therefore it's not your fucking land. It never will be your fucking land, and it's not yours to control. So, and I don't see a whole lot of Mexican issues here in Texas, so I don't understand the point of really needing to build a fucking fence. And you say this is to also keep Mexican terrorists out? When's the last Mexican terrorist you've ever heard of? And all you people ever do is talk about terrorists. Terrorists, terrorists, terrorists. Our last successful terrorist attack was 10 years ago. 10 fucking years ago. A whole decade. And before that, it was like 8 years before that. So are terrorists really a big threat here? No. And you people tend to forget that white people here are committing just as much real fucking crime as anybody else. And as a matter of fact, white cocksuckers like you are committing much larger and more heinous crimes against humanity than your average minority. You keep blaming Mexicans for issues here. No, we have issues here. We have problems with our education system is very poor and under budget. Our NASA's budget is cut. Our scientific research budgets continue to be cut. We shit on the teachers. We have 3 fucking wars going on right now. We're depleting our natural resources. The gap between rich and poor continues to increases. Our medical system sucks balls. There's many issues that we have here, and yet you act like the Mexicans in Mexico are our number one gravest threat. No, our gravest threat is here, motherfucker. Here, by people that live here. It seems like you want to create a war on everything. Let's create a war on the Mexicans, a war on drugs, a war on whistleblowers, a war on terrorists, a war against education. Fuck your wars, motherfucker. Fuck your wars. Fuck all these wars. I'm so sick and tired of all these wars. All you people do is make laws against things that don't agree with your white Christian point of view. I mean, that's literally all it is. You create laws against lifestyles that don't agree with you. Look at this. We have laws against sagging your pants. Is that really criminal? Is consuming a different substance than somebody else criminal? Is trying to strive for a better life and a pursuit of happiness criminal? I don't think so. But it's funny that we always talk about how Mexicans are shipping money back to Mexico. We ship millions of fucking dollars all over the fucking world. All over the world. We're sending all kinds of money to Pakistan and all these other countries for aid. And yet we want to talk about a family who's trying to make an honest, hard, and decent life, and we want to blame them for stealing money. Not only that, but most of our money goes back to China. Where do we get most of our products from? What are the majority of the cars we buy? They aren't American cars. They're cars that are from other countries. Genius. So money really isn't the issue here, is it? You also talk about violent gangs and drug cartels. Here's a little secret, genius. Violent gangs and drug cartels aren't over here robbing liquor stores and holding up 7-Elevens for cigarettes. My point is, if you were to just legalize drugs, you wouldn't have violent gangs and drug cartels. And not only that, I'm sure a good percentage of not only this part of the world, but around the world, a lot of people would probably change some of their laws, and they would be more accepting towards drugs. There's many Latin American countries that are against drugs simply because it's illegal in America. Canada, there's a big debate in Canada about the legalization of marijuana, but they don't want to do it because they don't want to piss America off. It's real fucking simple, genius. If there's crack and cocaine and heroin and weed at every single gas station, or at least some type of dispensary, then you don't have people over here trying to violently take it because they can simply just buy it. Regulation is far better than a black market, and I don't understand when you motherfucker, or I just don't know when you motherfuckers will understand that. I was asked if I wish I was born black, and this is relevant. And I thought about it, and the only reason why I'm glad I was born white here in America, by chance, is that I get to bitch about white people. Because you know, the second a black person or a Mexican or an Asian person stands up for discrimination against the white man, all they're considered is pulling the racial card. So I'm glad to be a white person in America and get to bitch about white people. Because the truth is, you motherfuckers create the most cynical and heinous and just, I want to say disconnected, but just fucking heinous fucking laws against other races and their lifestyles and their viewpoints. And that's all you want to do is make a law against. Let's make it illegal. If they don't want to be like a white man, or if they don't want to be civilized like America, it needs to be illegal. Yeah, well, you know what? Fuck you. And America's supposed to be the land of the love, the land of the free, blah, blah, blah. No, you want people to wait over a decade to receive citizenship here. And once they get here, all you do is shit on them. They're just pieces of shit. All black people do is do crack and fucking commit crime. And all Mexicans do is smuggle weed in and smuggle cocaine in and commit petty crime, which is all fucking bullshit. If you look at prison statistics, there's far less white people than black people or Mexicans in the prison system, but that's a whole nother story, despite the fact that white people commit just as many crimes, or not even crimes at all, or just the fact that there's that many white people in this country, and yet they are way outnumbered in the prison system? That's racism, but that's a whole nother fucking video. $50 million to build this thing, right? And we already spent $4 million per mile on the border. I could think of many better ways to use that money. Maybe put it in our education system. Maybe put it towards medical care. I don't know. But there's far better ways to spend this money. I'm sorry, buddy, but you're fucking wrong, and you're an idiot. And anybody else that says that we need to strengthen our borders is a fucking moron too. Start paying attention to more substantial issues.